It's been a while, ladies and gents, but it's finally time for another subscriber dream PC build. This individual has a budget of $4,000 max to spend on this PC. However, he wants this build to stand out compared to the other cookie cutter builds out there. And well, that's where I come in. There will be some slight mods done to the case, a few cool accessories will be added, and I'm gonna spice it up with everyone's favorite RJ Berry. Needless to say, it's gonna be another jam-packed episode, so hold on to your thermal paste, sit back and relax, and let's get to building.
What's up, Herbie? It's Terry. This is
Jesus, what? Oh my God, why can't you just leave me alone? Get rid of that pesky watermark by activating Windows using a key from VIP or cdkey.com. Instead of paying full price for one, you can get a Windows 10 or a Windows 11 CD key for dirt cheap after using the code TS20. After purchasing the key, all you have to do is go into the user center up top, then navigate to your orders so you can reveal the key. Then simply copy and paste that into the activation settings of Windows and you're all set. Thank you. So this individual, let's just call him Bob for the video, wants to remain anonymous for the reaction part of the video, which normally is a deal breaker because, you know, that's kind of the whole point of the subscriber builds, is to get their reaction for the video. But because I haven't done these in such a long time, I'm gonna make this one-time exception. Bob is also a heavy editor, and the main purpose of this PC is for Adobe Photoshop and Blender, and also 1440p gaming on the side, hence why we're not going with an RTX 5090. The 5090 would have put us over the budget anyways, which is why we're tossing in the ROG Astral RTX 5080 instead, and we'll talk more about this card later in the video. But for the CPU, we're going with the Ryzen 9 9950X, which is currently the fastest productivity processor in the market, right underneath Threadripper, of course. Now, I did offer Threadripper to him, but that would have been absolutely overkill for this PC. Not to mention, that would have put us way over our budget. And besides, going with the Threadripper CPU, he would have taken a massive hit in the gaming department, and it's just not worth it for this PC. The 9950X was hands down the best choice when it came to multi-core performance, especially in Blender and Adobe Photoshop. Now, the motherboard we're going with is the Aorus X870E Master for no special reason other than he prefers Aorus motherboards compared to other manufacturers, and this will also offer all the bells and whistles that he is looking for in his PC. Plus, it's gonna match beautifully with the black and red color scheme that we are going for. 32 gigabytes of memory is a little bit on the lower end, especially for what he's using the PC for. So instead, we're tossing in a 48 gigabyte kit from Lexar with 8,000 megatransfers, which I know is a little high, and we definitely won't be able to achieve 8,000 megatransfers with this PC, but it's still nice to have that extra headroom for future updates. Now for storage, he did say he currently has a 4 terabyte M.2 SSD, which he's gonna transfer over to this PC, and he only wants to add 2 terabytes of space for additional storage. But I don't have 2 terabytes here in the inventory. All I have are 4 terabyte drives, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of an upgrade on the house, of course. And this is just one of the perks of having me build your PC, the extra freebies that you get along the way. Oh, speaking of freebies, I'm gonna hook you up with 2 of our screwdriver kits. The popular 150-piece precision screwdriver kit, which recently got Amazon's choice. I'm actually pretty hyped about that, I'm not gonna lie. And also, our new electric screwdriver kit as well. I do have a bunch of these laying around, so I'm gonna include both of them in your shipment back to you. I can't even whistle. What I'm trying to say here is, damn, looking good so far. Now, Bob has emphasized that he wants an LCD screen on his cooler. And personally, I don't get what the whole hype is about having an LCD screen on your pump. Most of the time, your PC is far away from you to even see what's on the pump in the first place, but I do what the client wants, or in this case, the subscriber. And since he wants the PC to stand out compared to all the others, I didn't recommend Leonly, Asus, or even Trix. Instead, we're going with the Gamdias Chion P5 360 instead. So this one actually has a 3.4-inch IPS LCD screen with a 480 by 480 resolution. But check this out. I thought I broke it. But yeah, check this out. The cover is magnetic, so you can pop this off, rotate it to any degree you want, slap it back on. Pretty cool. But apart from that, the coolest thing about this AIO is the hidden cable channel. On most other AIOs, you would see this nasty trail of cables going down on one side of the radiator, but Gamdias actually integrated a hidden cable raceway from within. If you guys look over here, actually, this is where you can see the cables coming out of. So there's like this hidden cable channel basically on this side where the fan sits. So obviously with this, you get less cable clutter and an overall cleaner build. Now the case we're building in is the brand new Gamdias Nesso P1 Pro. I absolutely loved the original Nesso P1 that I built a PC with and flipped on a previous flip or flop episode. And well, the P1 Pro has some nice changes. For starters, the pillar is no longer here in the corner. So now you get this beautiful, uninterrupted, seamless panoramic display. It also comes with magnetic modular pedestals, which makes the process of rotating the case a lot easier in case he wants to lay it flat on the desk. This is also why the case is shaped like a trapezoid. It just looks so much better flat on the desk instead, and it stands out compared to other boxy cases. Now the case does come with 3 pre-installed reverse blade fans, but I will be adding a few more underneath the chamber for intake. I do have to say though, if you look closely, the vent patterns inside and outside the case kind of mimic the Height Y70. That's actually one of the cases I pitched to Bob, but he didn't like the 45-degree glass panel and also the mandatory vertical GPU mount, which pretty much rendered his PCI slots on the motherboard useless. I mean, Gamdias does give you the option of going with a vertical GPU mount, but it is optional, not mandatory like the Y70. The Nesso P1 Pro is basically like a refined version of the Height Y70, at least in my experience. I just love the fact that both side panels can swing open without me having to remove any screws. Check this out. That is dangerously satisfying. But if we close the panels and look closely at the seam, we can see that it is slightly misaligned. And I've noticed this on a lot of the cases where 2 glass panels kind of join at the corner. It's not that noticeable from a distance, but if you look closely, you can definitely see that one panel is slightly higher than the other. So Bob was very adamant about the black and red color scheme. He told me to put in a lot of red in there to make the build pop, since he's a huge fan of the red color. So we're gonna be doing some modding or spray painting. So I think this is the best time to remove the parts that I'm gonna be painting before I start installing PC components. Now, as much as Bob likes the color red, I'm not gonna go crazy and spray paint everything in red. That would just be way too much. We gotta find that perfect balance. All right, let's start with the easy stuff. I know for a fact I can do the PCI brackets. I feel like the red PCI brackets on black would give it just enough pop. You want to always go for that contrast, and black is the perfect color for that. Actually, I might even do this whole piece over here too. Yeah, let's do this piece here and all 8 of the PCI brackets. All right, all the PCI brackets are off. This cover in the back will also get painted. I think painting the bezel of the case would also look cool, like this entire one piece that wraps around the case and also the top. But these are bolted in with rivets, and that's gonna be a pretty big challenge to remove. And this is like one entire piece too, so I don't think I could do that, unfortunately. That's gonna require a lot of work. He does want the PC at the end of this week, and I don't have the time to take apart the entire case. That is a lot of extra work. I think we'll stick to the PCI brackets for now, and let's see what we have in the back. Ooh, maybe I can paint the rear panel. Wait, does the filter come off? Oh, it does. But realistically speaking, who's gonna look at the back of the case, right? I mean, it's gonna look nice. It's gonna add amazing contrast, but the case is most likely gonna face like a wall or something, so no one's really gonna see it. Yeah, I think it'll be a waste to paint this. Oh, we got a fan hub back here. We have a fan hub that supports 8 fans, 8 RGB and 8 PWM headers on here, which is pretty cool. This is actually gonna come in handy with the additional fans that we're gonna install. But what else can we paint back here? Oh, maybe the hard drive cage? I don't think he has any hard drives, but you know, this will complement the PCI brackets in the back. We'll leave the thumb screws off and we'll paint this entire tray. Looks like the tray is connected to this back piece, so looks like all of this is getting painted. I would have painted the power supply bracket as well if there was one. Looks like this is integrated with the case, so we'll leave that as is. What about the top panel? Let's see. Oh no, the filter is integrated. The filter is integrated on the top panel. Otherwise, I would have painted this. Convenient that Gambias did that for the user because it's gonna make it a lot easier to clean, but not that great for modders, apparently. Is that really all we can paint? Like I said, I don't wanna go overboard, guys. What if we add like red vinyl on the glass panel, covering the black piece? That'll be too much, right? That would be very tacky. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I want that seamless transition from the glass panel to the case. If I add any red here, it's gonna look atrocious. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So that's all we're painting for this case. Actually, I figured out what else we can paint. The pump bracket. If I paint this in red, it's gonna give it just enough pop to where it's gonna stick out. It's not gonna be too distracting, but it's gonna be subtle enough to where it's like, oh, that's a nice little detail. Okay, let's take this outside. Okay, so the paint job is done, and I figured I would wait 2 days for it to completely dry before I start putting it back inside the case. And unfortunately, within those 2 days, I caught a cold, which is why I sound like a dying giraffe. So my condolences to your ears. This is what you're gonna hear until the end of the video. But anyways, while the paint is still drying, I figured we can continue on with the build. I'm also waiting for a few other stuff to arrive in the next few hours, so let's make some progress. Okay, let's go ahead and install the power supply next. So powering the entire system is the Gambias Helios P2 1000G. This is a gold certified, fully modular power supply that's also ATX 3.0 ready. I've actually used this power supply in 2 other builds on the channel, so this will be the 3rd time I'm using it. Overall, a very solid power supply. It's also nice that we got the native 12 VH power cable included. We might throw in some cable extensions or perhaps even go with the Strimmer plus V2 with the GPU cable. It's just gonna depend on how it looks at the end, right? And the best way to know what the piece is gonna look like is to actually see what the piece is gonna look like. So we're gonna be putting in some parts and removing parts to see what looks best. At the end of the day, you know, I have to be extremely happy with how the PC looks and performs, of course. Otherwise, I would fail as a PC builder. You know what I just found out? The case comes with these magnetic feet. So if you want to lay the PC case sideways, you can do it more conveniently with these magnetic feet. So check this out. All you gotta do is remove the default pads, slap on the magnetic feet, just like that, and then cover the hole with the included rubber feet. There you go, just like that. Or you can add the rubber feet on here and then just slap it on there. And then you can lay the case down. That's actually pretty cool. So in terms of fan configuration, the case supports quite a bit of cooling. So you can put up to a 360mm radiator up top, up to a 420 on the side, and up to triple 120mm fans on the bottom inside this chamber. Since we have triple reverse fans on the side, which are intake, and then we have 3 on the top as exhaust, I feel like we can add 3 more fans on the bottom for additional intake. Plus, with the RGB lighting, it would give a very nice underglow from within the case. So the fans we're going with is the Gambias Alos P2 1203, and the cool thing about these fans is that they actually have a swappable fan blade. So you can have these set to the standard exhaust, or you can flip them around and have it as intake instead. Oh, here are the reverse blades. I'm guessing you just pop it off. How does this even work? Okay, yeah, just use some force and you pop it right off, and then we can add the reverse blades. That is really cool design, actually. You know, I'll be the first to say that these fans have a striking similarity to another set of fans. If you know, you know. So we can technically daisy chain these fans to another set of the same exact fans using this extension cable, but 3 is really all we need for this system. In fact, we got the same exact fans over there on the vertical side, so we don't need to add any more. So instead, I'm just gonna plug this cable into the end of these fans, and then I'm gonna plug the other end into the PWM header on the motherboard, and also hook up our 5-volt RGB header as well so we can control the lights. Big brain Gambias giving us a dedicated
cable grommet on the bottom here so we can route the cable from the fans. Very nice. Let's route the cables in first. All right, I think we're pretty much ready to install the cooler, but before that, let's see how the paint job turned out. Oh, damn. Now that I'm looking at these under studio lighting, they came out a little better than I expected. Wow, wow, wee, wow. The red actually looks really nice. It's been a while since I painted something in red. This brings back so many memories from the original Big Red. Oh, I could almost shed a tear right now. Yeah, even the thumb screws came out good. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I can't wait to put this inside and see what it looks like. Well, let's actually start with the hard drive cages, if I remember how to put them back. I can't tell which direction it goes in, but it goes in both ways, just like my friend Harry. So we're just gonna slot him in this way. If he wants to change it, he can change it. All right, I'm digging it. I'm digging it, very cool. Just enough red to where it pops out from the back. And once I start adding in the PCI brackets down here, oh, it's gonna be so balanced, just like how everything should be. Oh yeah, check that out, boys and girls. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. Snap, crackle, and pop, baby. Now if we rotate the case to the back, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss all around. I still have to add this missing piece over here to cover up that hole, but yeah, you guys can pretty much picture it already. That looks so damn good from the back. And usually cases don't look great from the back. Yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, it's time to install the AIO, and we can do this two ways. Number one, we can just grab the whole thing and attach it underneath the brackets. Or we can split the fans in a radiator, attach the radiator on the top here. As you can see, it's kind of recessed in by like 2 inches, and we can attach the fans on the bottom. This bracket is removable, by the way. Or we can do it a third way. We can attach the whole thing on the bottom, and we can hook up 3 more fans on the top for a push and pull configuration. So we can do a radiator that's sandwiched by 6 fans, which honestly, I think it's overkill. We definitely don't need 6 fans on the AIO. So I think what I'm gonna do is just hook up everything underneath here. There should be enough clearance to where it's not gonna be coming in contact with the VRMs or even the memory sticks. Oh yeah, plenty of space. Look at that. Okay, now it's time to install our graphics card. Now, originally I was gonna put in the Astral 5080, but the Astral lineup in general just has a considerably higher MSRP compared to the other models. And when you overclock the card, which is what I'm gonna do with the TUF, the performance between these cards is so small that it's just not worth paying the extra couple $100 unless you like the aesthetic. At the end of the day, I do what the subscriber wants, and if he's into the Astral design, then we'll go with the Astral, but he actually decided to go with the TUF instead to save that few $100s, which honestly was the smart choice. Besides, I think the design of this card is gonna fit a lot better with our build. Now, in terms of RTX 5080s, I do have quite a bit of inventory here for future subscriber builds, and the price that I pay for these cards, by the way, is the price that the subscriber pays. I do not charge a dime over MSRP, and I'm able to get these cards using the app that I talked about, I think over a month ago. It's still on my YouTube channel, so if you guys are still struggling to grab a 50 series cards or really any graphics card in the market, I recommend watching that short. They'll basically show you an easier way of snagging these cards. This is my current inventory for future subscriber builds, so if these are any of the cards that you want in your dream PC, feel free to reach out to me either on my Instagram page or on my Discord server and let me know that you're interested in me building your dream PC. I can't even open this box. What the heck? Whoa, this is a chonker. It's much thicker than I anticipated. Oh yeah, look at that. Fresh 5080 tough. I feel like this would blend really nicely with our build. Now, I do have to say that these subscriber builds are first come, first serve, but I do collect a $500 deposit, which goes towards the overall cost of your build. I do not charge a build fee. The only way I make money off these is simply through the viewership, so like, you know, AdSense from YouTube, and also the sponsors that I put in the video, along with any of the affiliate links in the description section, which I get a small kickback from. But yeah, other than that, I make almost $0 from the parts list. In fact, I even throw in freebies and, you know, free upgrades throughout the build process. So yeah, if you guys want me to build your dream PC, hit me up on Discord or my Instagram, which I'll link below. What's up, Jinx?
All good.
How you been? How you been?
Okay.
Okay.
Tired.
So am I ready to check out your dream gaming PC, my guy?
Certainly am.
Is this your first gaming PC?
Yes.
It is. Oh wow. What have you been gaming on before?
Console, PS5, PS4, basically PlayStation hit, but
Okay.
started on the Nintendo's before.
So you've been stuck on a console for most of your life?
Yes.
Oh man, okay, well your life is about to change today, okay? All right, here we go. Check out your new PC, my guy. 3, 2, and 1.
Oh my god.
Bam!
Incredible, man. To be honest, I was quite nervous at first.
Why were you nervous?
Well, it's my first PC, and I didn't know like the right parts to match it with, because I'm not a PC head. My friends are. I was like, since I'm going back on the ship, I wanted to reach out to you to see if it's possible. And then surprisingly, you replied back.
Of course, I always reply back, man. If any of my subscribers want a dream system, I build it for them. But would you say this is your dream system? Is this exactly what you wanted?
Yes, it is.
But the best part about all this is that you can change the colors whenever you want. So if you get tired of red, I'll show you how to change it in the software. You can change the lights from all the fans. You can change it from like these 2 cables, the memory, and also, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a LCD screen here as well. You can change on here as well. You can change the colors, you can change the video on there, upload any GIF you want. But it's all completely customizable to whatever you want.
Wonderful.
Awesome, awesome. So final rating out of 10, what do you say?
20.
20 out of 10. Let's go. Very cool. Oh, one more other thing actually I want to show you. You can actually lay this PC flat. So you can have it down like that if you want to. But yeah, really love this case. It's one of my favorite cases of this year. And I know you're gonna like it as well. Yeah, once you get this in and play around with it, you're gonna really feel the power of the PC. What's the first game you're gonna play when you get it?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, okay. Warzone or Modern Warfare 3? Or Black Ops 6?
Both.
Both.
Multiplayer and Warzone.
I'll send you a key, a free key for that too, for Steam.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. Thanks so much, man, for reaching out, letting me build your PC. I hope you're happy with it. And if you have any issues at all, shoot me a message, okay? Shoot me a DM, and then we'll get it fixed up.
Certainly, it was a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Well, take care, man. Have a good one. Okay, this was a very fun project to say the least. I'm gonna say that this is hands down my favorite build of 2025. which I guess isn't saying much because it's only March, but yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy with how everything turned out. I think the red inside of the case is nicely balanced and I couldn't be more happier. But honestly, what surprised me the most was actually the cooler. The Cheon P5 is amazing and it literally does what all the other more expensive AIOs do, but at a fraction of the cost. Using the Zeus Cast software, I'm able to customize the screen to show anything I want. Like I can control the brightness, rotate the display, and if I go into the advanced menu, I can have it show the time and the date in different locations. But also on the bottom here, you can select from a variety of themes. And from those themes, you can customize it further by having it display specific hardware information. Like for example, I can change the color of the text if I wanted to, and even change the background in the Backgrounds tab. There are also a few other themes I liked, for example, the analog clock. There's also a full-blown calendar on there, which I thought was interesting, and even a section where you can write a note. Maybe your girlfriend or significant other is using the PC and it's her birthday. You can hop on the PC and write her a cute message. Or you can use it to write a to-do list. But my favorite, hands down, has to be the gallery theme. Over here, you can upload any photo or video from your PC to have it displayed on the screen. It supports pretty much all file types, including MP4 and GIFs. The only thing you can't do, which is a bit of a bummer, is that you can't overlay any hardware information. You know, I would have loved to display my CPU and GPU temps somewhere in the corners, but it's not a huge deal. You can, however, display the date and time if you want. Performance-wise, the temps were exceptionally low. I saw peak temps of 62 degrees on the CPU and 60 degrees on the GPU. I mean, the case has phenomenal airflow, and the fans were doing their job very well. I even overclocked the GPU and added an additional 400 MHz on the core clock and 500 MHz on the memory, pushing the RTX 5080 over 3100 MHz. I also went ahead and tweaked the fan settings and set a custom fan curve so the system is silent on idle. All of this tweaking has translated to 10 FPS more in Cyberpunk in 1440p ultra settings with no upscaling or frame gen. And before I completely lose my voice, I do want to give you some goodies as a thank you for letting me build your PC, Bob. You do need a badass mousepad to match your badass custom PC, so I'm giving you our very first samurai design from our season 13 collection. If you're watching this video, this design is available to purchase on our website, thetechsourceshop.com. Also, some other goodies: brand new sealed Daewoo A950 Wing wireless mouse. This is still sealed. A MagEZ Power Station 5-in-1. This is basically a magnetic wireless charging stand for your Apple Watch and your iPhone. I know you told me you had an iPhone, so this can come in good use. I'm also gonna toss you a MagEZ 5K portal. This is also a 2-in-1 MagSafe power bank with charging stand, so you can slap your phone on here and charge it and use it as a stand at the same time. And last but not least, I think it's only fitting that I give you the limited edition ultra black triangles from Nanoleaf. My voice is cracking and I'm about to lose it completely. I don't know if they still make these, but I know they had a limited run for a while. Surprisingly, I found some left over in my storage unit. So yeah, some triangle panels. I'm giving this to you in good faith that you will apply to setup wars one day with your badass system. Oh yeah, one more thing I almost forgot. As I was about to wrap up the video, AMD dropped the 9950X 3D processor. This was literally like the last day of production. And of course, I had to reach out to Bob and I give him the option of upgrading his CPU because the 9950X 3D is so much faster than the 9950X, and it's only like $150 more. So I gave him the option to upgrade. He obviously accepted, so I ordered it. It's on the way, and I'm going to swap the CPU last minute before I ship this out to Bob. But yeah, anyways, everything I use will be posted down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Bob, for reaching out and having me build your PC. If you guys want me to build your dream PC, reach out on my Instagram or my Discord server. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Oh man, I need some tea.